You may now have to pay your employer 2 lakh rupees if you leave the company in less than 3 years of work. I'm not saying it, the Supreme Court has just said it in a judgment, and I'll explain what's really happening. Well, so far, if companies would give you an employment bond or an indemnity bond saying that if you leave the company before completing a specific tenure, you would have to pay the company some money back. A lot of employees would either not pay it, or after paying the amount, take the company to court saying that under section 23 and 27 of the Indian Contract Act, these clauses are either against public policy or they are in restraint of trade. And in most cases, the courts would rule in favor of the employees and the companies would have to return that money. However, this is now changing because the Supreme Court has just acknowledged that companies actually spend money on recruiting employees. They spend money on training them. Plus, there is a cost to disruption of business if a trained employee leaves before completing a tenure, which is why these amounts may actually now be enforceable by your employers in a court of law. So, if you're signing any such employment contract, please ensure that you are ready to pay if you leave the company before completing that period. And if you're a company, ensure that you know what are your exact recruitment costs, training costs, as well as cost of disruption of business, because you will have to prove it in the court of law. A lot more in the description. Share it with someone who may need it.